Good afternoon, everybody. Glad to see that a couple people are on. This mask is really getting on my nerves today. Just going to adjust it so I'm not messing with it the whole live. Once you guys are coming in, as you come in, if you would, just drop in the comments that you're here. We are going to do an open panel here before too long. So if you guys want to join, do an open panel, we are going to do that as well. Let me know in the comments as you guys come in as well where you guys are from. I have notes everywhere, so I'm going to kind of go through them real quick so I can see where to start today. If this is your first time on my channel, welcome. My name's Tanya, Titanium Built. And then for all my returning, Titans out there, my subscribers, you guys are awesome. Welcome on back for another live. I really wasn't planning on doing a live today, and then, yeah, here we are. So I'm gonna get comfortable. I took the dogs on a walk before this, so they shouldn't bother me too much. Oh, hi, Isabel. Hi, Selena, Lee. Hi, guys. I put some hairspray in my hair earlier, and it wasn't a good idea because I have this Velcro strap on my head, this little contraption. So, but we have 5 days. I started to count down 5 days until I get this thing off of me, until they can finally cut the bandage, take the, I can take the mask or I keep calling it a mask because of face masks, the eye patch off. So I am super, super happy to get this thing off my face. And I want to wear makeup again. And I never thought I'd say that because I never usually wear makeup other than to come on live. I literally do it for y'all. How's everybody's morning, afternoon? Oh, it's late afternoon now. I've been uploading all day videos. Well, not uploading. I've been creating videos and editing videos all day. So I didn't realize how late it was. It got a little later. I did my first live panel last night. So if you want to check that out, it's on Behind the Crimes with Michelle Sutton. I always know her name. I just never can remember the Behind the Crimes. She does the same thing that I do. She talks true crime. She's a Southern gal from, I believe, I want to say like North Carolina, something like that, maybe Georgia even. But South, down like the North Carolina, South Carolina, something like that. Hi there, not so dumb blonde. I love the punctuation. Super excited to have you guys. But yeah, so I did that live panel last night. I wasn't planning on it, but I was just sitting here at home and I was like, you know what, I'm just going to jump on there because I just felt like there was a little bit to say, which really there wasn't a whole lot to say. She was, her live was about, she kind of just wanted to know like what was going on with true crime. And I kind of had done a live almost like that earlier that day. So I figured I'd come on and I would, help her out a little bit. And it was fun. It got me over my like fear of going on someone else's channel. And she was really nice. And it was a good time. I was super nervous though, so I don't know if you can tell or not on there, but and it's just like in my picture too, so I didn't because I didn't want to like scare everybody with my eye mask, my face mask, eye mask. I keep calling it eye mask, guys, eye patch. I've been wearing these off and on for 9 years. You think that I would know that they're an eye patch by now, but I don't. And then let me see. So yeah, I want to try I wonder if so if I post this in the comments, like I'm gonna try to post something. If I post this, let me know if you're like able to click onto it or not. Like, or if it just won't let you. Oops. Sorry, my computer was on it. It texts what I talk. So let me try that again. because that's the like StreamYard, like that's the way to get into like be invited to come on my panel. So I just wanted to know if you guys, since you guys are my awesome titans, if you guys could see if that actually like showed up to where it was like yellow, where you could click on it or not, like yellow and black, or if it just stayed like the regular writing. And if it does, then I'll just have to figure out another way. I know that I can email, or you can put it like you can copy and paste it, like send it to someone's phone or something like that for them to get on. It let you? Okay, thanks, Dory. Awesome, cool. Yeah, because like I know when you go on to do the live panel, it just takes you like backstage kind of. But let's move on. She said, "Hey, I'm kind of like you. I've had a channel set up for a few years. I've never done anything with it. All too scared, but I started with Gabby's case, then Summer, and all rest. Yeah, can I email you in chat? Yeah, that's fine. Yep, and then also my email. I can you email me like in private? I don't know how to do that. If not, you can always email me on titaniumbuiltboo@gmail.com. But for sure, I think I may have seen you in a couple of the live panels before. I always you go in and sometimes I'll talk and sometimes I don't, because sometimes I'll text something. Do you guys do that? Like go get in like a live panel and you'll write something and then you completely forgot that you wrote. And some of the live panels are so fast that you can't even like scroll back up to see what you wrote. That happened to me a couple times. So, but yeah, of course. I don't really know how to do the private chat, but we can figure that out together. I'm sure you know how. That would be awesome. I don't think you were here last time, Dory, yesterday. I don't think you were here with us. I noticed when people were missing. It just depends on the day, you know. Sometimes we have a big group, sometimes we have a smaller group. But I think that for the most part, I know all my ladies in here. And we always usually have a lot of ladies in here, which I love that too. Has anybody been doing anything super fun today? The weather here's colder today. I had to put my winter coat on. And so you continue YouTube or Facebook. Oh, okay, yeah. So you're doing it right. If you wanted to, you could always come on live panel too. But yeah, so after you, if you ever want to do like come on live panel, after you do that, you'll hit. I hit enter by YouTube because I figured. I think that's just what it logs you in as. So if you're connected from your YouTube to your Facebook, just put in your Facebook email. But I would just like, if you wanted to come backstage to come on, you just put in, I think, your YouTube email. That's what I did yesterday. Because I have like 3 different emails for YouTube. I didn't even know that I had that. And I was like, well, I need to like deactivate some of these. So I only use, I had to use 2 emails because my email was originally set up. My site was set up with a different email and it won't let you change it, which is stupid. I hate that. Let me see here. I'm going to open up this window down here really quick. And I wanted to show a couple of things with you guys. So share a couple of things. Sorry. You guys. I meant to actually check my email earlier because one of you ladies wrote me last night and was it Simon? Was it you? I know one of you guys, and I meant to write you back. Karen from Texas. I'm gonna read your emails if you're on right now. I'm gonna read your emails in a minute after we're done, and I'll write you tonight. I'm so bad at checking emails, but I remember to check mine today. And then I forgot to write you back. I forgot to read it and check it, but. Oh, see, she's here. Yeah, it's cold there. Did they come out with a verdict? I was going to watch it earlier. I just figured out, like, y'all, I'm learning. This is so crazy. But normally when I want to watch, like, people's shows and stuff or, like, people's channels, I just go to their name. Like, if I want to watch, Zav Girl, like, I'll go to her channel and just look for her videos instead of going to, like, the live tab, which I didn't even realize that was up there. Because then you can kind of see all the lives that are happening. And I guess what topics you like, because that'll be on your For You page. I know, guys. I'm like seriously 37. I swear I'm only 37. But you'd think that I would be a lot older than that because I really don't know YouTube very well, guys. I would be like my mom would know nothing about YouTube. But I did do a video over Kylie, and I did a video over Debbie, and I did a video over Simon or Quinton. I want to call him Simon so bad, his last name, but Quinton. So we have lots of stuff to discuss today too. And then also, if you haven't yet subscribed, please do so by clicking the subscribe button below and the bell icon to be alerted to all my new content. I do post daily. He was guilty on all 76 charges. Wow. Well, we won't be seeing him forever. Could you imagine even just being, I couldn't imagine being charged with like murder or anything like that, but could you imagine just thinking that in your head? Like, you're charged with 76 offenses. And in reality, they probably could have charged him with like twice the amount, but that was just things that they know would probably stick in court. But that's just insane. Yeah, isn't that awesome though? Like, I remember this was the worst verdict ever in my life of verdicts, but when Casey Anthony's verdict came in, I was working at a seafood restaurant. I was working actually at Red Lobster, and I was working behind the bar that day. And at that like establishment, you're not really supposed to put on like court TV or anything like along those lines because it's not like family friendly. But forget family friendly, that was out the window. We were all like huddled around the bar, and when that verdict came in, like I think you probably could have heard like a pin drop in the restaurant for a good like 30 seconds. Nobody could have believed what we heard. But see, that's good news that he's guilty on all charges. Have you guys been watching anything with I know you guys have been watching a lot with the Quinton Simon case. Have you guys seen the new interviews that are out? They have one with Leilani and her mother, and then they have another one with her mother. And I don't know if it's her mother's boyfriend or who the guy is in the videos, but I figured we could go over them and watch them. Man. 76 counts. Wow. Can you imagine like having to say guilty 76 times? Like, that's crazy. So let me see here. I've been watching a lot of the protesters and stuff, and we talked about it yesterday too, like standing outside on the lawn. What do you guys think about that? Like the protesters that are standing in front of, Quinton Simon's mom and grandmother's house. Like, do you think that they're in the right for doing that? Do you think that, what are your thoughts on it? Because you already know, I'll give you my thoughts. I got lots of thoughts. I don't know why it looks kind of dark in here today. I feel like the more light I bring in, the darker it gets. But yeah, let me know in the chat like what your thoughts on that case are. I'm going to put up that what case we're talking about. I feel like did you hear that dog? She's gonna be barking. If anything, I'll mute it and I'll yell at her for a second. Usually she barks. I don't know why. She doesn't usually bark, so it's usually because she just wants to come in here, so I might just bring her in. But the other one is just too wild. Never mind. I know they're going to be quiet as soon as I mute it. Okay. I said her name. I said, Riley, stop barking. I could have probably just did that without it muting, but I didn't want to break your guys' eardrums. That guy Jimmy from, I think his channel is called Dolly, who's always outside the house was getting interviewed. Oh, really? See, I just started watching, we talked about her yesterday, Bullhorn Betty. I just started watching her yesterday. So she's been outside too. But you're saying the guy Jimmy from, you think Court TV is called Dolly, who's always outside the house, was getting interviewed on Court TV. That protest is not peaceful. It's not. Okay, there's just so many other things that you could be doing for this case to help this case, and they're just not. the people that are standing out there, and I have a video on this that I'm going to post tomorrow or the next day or maybe tonight. So if you guys, you can check it out. But if not, you're probably going to hear mostly the same things in this, but just kind of my thoughts on the whole thing. But the language that they're using, that these protesters are using, they sound uneducated. They're saying that they don't care if they go to jail. There's officers that are there that are just trying to talk to them like people, and they're yelling over the officers. That's one thing I cannot handle in life, is just somebody that continually talks over somebody else. Especially if like the officer's trying not to arrest you. He's trying his best not to arrest you right now, and you're still talking over him. Like, she may have been nervous, but there's a time to shut up. And when there's an officer standing in front of you, that's the perfect time to shut up. Really. I don't think the protesters are anything about the baby. It's about the money, in my opinion. Yes. Yeah, like, going out there and having to rile these people down and tell them to not stand in the road. Do you guys ever remember, like, growing up and you're in like preschool, kindergarten, and you learn how to stand in a single file line? Like, just something that they teach you. And then you just pick up on it and you just learn from it. And then your parents teach you, don't go in the street, don't walk in the street. So you would think that incorporate those two things, just stand back and stand in a single file line, they would be good. There would be no arrest. But instead, they're out there arresting them. Instead of, they could be using that manpower to look for Quinton, to solve his death. They could be using that manpower for a lot of other things. Maybe any other crime other than trespassing in someone's yard. Like, they shouldn't have to do that outside. They are all changing stories. Yeah, the mother especially. Yeah. Oh, you were saying that. Now the mom is saying that she believes Quinton drowned in tub. Yeah, it was passed out of drugs. Oh, hi, Karen, Texas. Earlier I said I got your email and I'm going to write you after I'm done. I'm going to read it and write you back because I forgot to do that this morning. Yeah, we didn't start too long ago. I'm going to actually play that one. The mom was saying that she believes, I think it's this one. Let me see if I can share this one with you guys. I think it's this one. And just like, let me know, make sure you guys can hear it. I hope you guys can hear it okay. Well, maybe. My computer might be slow. I didn't have it up.
Budget. I refine
about that. I feel honestly and truthfully about.
Let me see.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I feel like there was an accident. I feel like something happened while Quinton was in the bathtub and he drowned, and they were both high. That's my theory.
Well, hell, they should just call the police if something like that happened.
If you're high as hell, man, you do stupid shit. Even yourself.
Are you kidding me?
Because I'm not defending her. You know what I mean? But I know I'm not the same person on the.
Did you hear that? Like, people do. Sorry. People do dumb shit when they're messed up, pretty much, she said. No, your daughter did, and now the mom is trying to excuse the daughter. That's what I heard in that whole interview. What you guys think about that? Oh, Dory, that's fine. I do that all the time. I'm always listening to people when I'm in the shower. They're all trying to outdo each other, and they are going to get someone hurt. Yeah, you're exactly right. Like, thank God that they stepped in and they just took the other children out of the home, because, I mean, heaven forbid, and that's another thing. You've seen the protester zone videos, these protesters that are all about, Quinton and standing up for children and this, that, and the other, and you'll see the interviews too. Why are these people taking their own children to a protest like this? Like, what's wrong with people? Like, I mean, I really hate to say it, but it's like you can't be that naive and like consider yourself just like, oh, I was naive and stupid. That's just like plain ignorance. Like you do not take your child with you to a protest. See, Araya even agrees. I think she hears me getting started in here, and that's what it is. Well, I think the mom should be worried. She should be charged. Yeah, she should be charged with abuse, with neglect, a lot of things. She was gone. How does anyone know how long she was actually gone for? I know it wasn't just like a day or two when she left. It was like a while that she left the baby with Leilani. But I couldn't. I forgot to look that up. Quinton's biological dad did an interview with Daily Mail that Quinton's mom told police he was with him. I think I heard that somewhere too. Yeah. I think the mom's just trying to cover up for her daughter at this point, like trying to maybe get other people mixed up in it. Like, I don't know. Like she said in the first interview, what was that? One of the first interviews that her daughter wouldn't do this, and then now it's starting to go. Then it was like maybe she could, and then now it's. I think that the mom is just throwing everybody under the bus. And then she said it was Danny. There's just so many different names that her mom has thrown out. I mean, before too long, she's going to be saying she did it. Probably. I mean, I don't know. I just know that there was like 4 or 5 protesters that have been arrested. Like, if you think about that, they have to take you in, cuff you, take you in, do your fingerprints, do your pictures, get you in the system, and then boot you out. If you're doing that 4 and 5 times a night, like think of all the other people that are like criminals that are getting away with things, or just things that are going on in their community that they should be taking care of that they cannot take care of because they're too busy, with the protesters. And then also with the kids like being there, I don't agree with the kids being involved with the protest. It's also well, today we all know it's the 26th of October, and I don't know any school in the world that is out of school right now, like in the country, my country anyway, that's out of school right now for any holiday or anything like that. So why are these kids during the school hours just hanging out on the side of the road with their mom or, and yelling, and like their moms are yelling? I don't get it. I thought maybe not Facebook. I thought maybe YouTube, y'all could give me an answer because I think that mom is just insane. I think the moms are insane, like the protesters. I think that Leilani's insane. I think Bobby Joe, whatever. I always want to call her name something different. I think she's got some problems. I think Leilani is a product of her environment, but I think that she's also, with being a product of your environment, you normally grow up faster and you know right from wrong sooner. I feel like, I don't know, I just do. I feel that way because you know what's right and wrong sooner in your life. So I feel like she had plenty of time. She's an adult to have gotten her crap together and not have hurt her child. But that's just me. What else? I mean, I got some notes. I've been writing some stuff down. Oh, okay. So let me know if you guys have heard of this. And my mind was blown, but my mind's blown a lot whenever it comes to true crime and on YouTube. I guess the protesters wanted CHP, the police department there, to bring pumpkins out there for the kids to carve in front of the house. Like it's a circus. Like it's the freaking pumpkin show. Has anyone else heard that? That's something to take with a grain of salt because that is something I heard like on another YouTube page, and I didn't have time to fact check that one. But if they did, can we get some pumpkins over here on Horseback Lane or whatever it is? You know what I mean? Like, are you kidding? Tony, I think that you're right. Billy Joe is a grieving grandmother who has a large family to take care of. It's important that we stay strong for Billy Joe and not blame her for any possible actions Leilani may have taken. Yeah, I mean, I know that I'm pretty sure she probably had her daughter when she was young as well. I don't know why I said as well, because I didn't have any kids young. I don't have any kids, but I think that she did. And I know being a young mother, I'm sure it's hard. But with that said, like, you know, Leilani is an adult and she needs to take accountability for her own actions and stuff. But there's just things that are just questionable. I also think that, like, if you think about the, you didn't hear that, Karen from Texas? I heard that. I need to figure out where I heard that from now, because that's just like what and I think I even heard or read like something about, and let me know if you guys heard this, and this is even more ridiculous, but something about them getting bales of hay and taking the kids on hay rides around the block while the parents protest, so the kids don't have to be there to see it. Like, those two things are some crazy conspiracy, like, out there. Like, that's like some, like, oh my gosh, really things. So I don't know. Take those two things with a grain of salt, but I did hear that. So let's give the protesters pumpkins and knives to help them, right? It gets even better. Let's take our children on a field trip to a supposed, what you all know, murderer's house. A person who unalived a baby. Let's get the kids up in the van. Let's go on a field trip or a family vacation to Savannah, Georgia, or Athens, Georgia. Or is it Savannah or Athens? I think it's Athens. Like, are you serious right now? Like, every parent that's there with their child, they should be getting questioned by the police, or like, child department services need to be called, because you're literally taking your kids and putting them in danger. If you think, because all those protesters, they think out there that Leilani did this, that she is the worst thing in the world right now since Casey Anthony, right? But they're going to take their kids to go protest at their house. Someone's going to get hurt. Someone's going to get hurt, you know? Right? I know. That's why it's like, just let's get some candy and they can just start do their trick-or-treating there. It's just been insane. I mean, it's one case after another, you know? And then the mother, you know, and I'm going to say it, the mom with the mom eating with the daughter and drinking and eating. I'm going to say it like I said about Lindsay Neiman, Kylie's mom doing it. I don't agree with going out and eating at a restaurant while your kid is missing or presumed not here anymore. I just don't think that's appropriate. You could get something to eat at home if you're hungry. I don't know how you're hungry, but if you are, or if you need to be on the run because your child's missing and you need to be going to look for them, go through a drive-thru. But when you go to a restaurant, and people fought me on this, they were like, well, that could take like 20 minutes. No, I worked in restaurants for 10 years, longer maybe. You have to sit down. The waiter comes to get you. You get your order, appetizer, salads, meal, dessert maybe. You have to talk about it. Got to sit there and digest your food, pay your bill, and leave. Like, it's a big thing, you know? And I don't agree with them going out and drinking. And that just says a lot. Yeah, everybody, please click that like button for your girl. You guys are so good in here about that. You guys help me remind people too. And did you notice, like, and this is the thing too, why hasn't any press been there? Like, you'll see like here and there a little bit, but you don't see them like camped out, you know, out there, like ready to get the big story, like you would see in any other big high profile case. The only, and this is my own thing, I don't know if this would be right, but do you think it's because it's for their own safety? Because of all the things that are happening out there, especially like at night? Like, it's just insane. I just don't know why there's not a lot of news out there. or like even press or anything other than, YouTube creators. And I've never seen Dolly before because someone was talking about them earlier. I've never seen that channel before, and I meant to check it out and I forgot. So you reminded me. But Bullhorn Betty, she's like a force to be reckoned with. I mean, if you like that kind of stuff, I just she's just too loud for me. She's just a little too much. And she had 2,500 people in her live stream the other day when she was yelling at this old man that was like a neighbor, which it's either here or there, like that she was yelling at him. But if she has that power to grab 2,500 people, could you imagine if she had the power to get like half of those or a quarter of those people to like come to help look for baby Quinton? Like that would be pretty awesome to use your your YouTube channel for that, like to be able to have that many people. Like she has a lot of subscribers, a lot of people. So like to be able to use it for good, that would be like really awesome to have that many people to spread the word. Yeah, Karen, I don't really either. I assumed that I thought she was from like around like my state, and I guess she's from Florida, but she's just a little loud and the bullhorn and then getting the crowd riled up. And then it seems like she's never there though when anything that goes on. Like that's like has to do with the law. She's like, well, I wasn't there. Well, I don't know where I wasn't there when that happened. Like I've heard that a couple of times out of her mouth. It's like, you just happen to be gone every time the police end up showing up. Kind of like, I'm wondering if she almost gets these crowds started because she's there 9 hours during the day. Think about it. She's getting them by probably like started throughout the day. Then these people are getting hungry. They're thirsty. They're tired from standing on their feet. Their voices are probably hurting because they've been screaming all day. And then she picks up and leaves and goes back to her hotel room and gets her belly full. And they still stay there probably, these protesters. I would like to see, and everybody share this video if you can, and please just like it to get it in the algorithm. If not, just set up Bullhorn Betty. Maybe she could see this and she'll use her, clout for good, or like her people for, more of a good thing. There's a lot of things you could be doing to help. You could be like literally anything that you could be doing other than standing in that yard or on the other side of the street is doing better than what you could be doing. Like you could help search, like at the landfill, ask them, is there anywhere like volunteer? Can I volunteer to search and help you guys search? Help bring food and water to the people that are out there searching, in the landfills or whatever, baby Quinton, or wherever they are searching at, which I think that's the only place that they are searching. Start a petition, start a petition. Maybe you can start a petition, start there, and then you can get a law changed eventually for baby Quinton. Like, start marching up Capitol Hill. Start marching to the courthouse. Get your names, your voices heard. Screaming, Leilani and her mom, they probably have the TV up, or they have their AirPods in or whatever. They are not listening to that crap. They're just not. There's a way to where you don't have to hear that. And I don't know. She's originally from New York. See, she does have that accent. That's why I thought like she was kind of from around where I am. Okay. Also, the landfill search is over now because a lot of people were saying, that the officers were taking the weekend off and this stuff and that stuff. But I heard that they weren't taking the weekend off. So the experts were taking the weekend off. The what do you call it? Like I guess there's certain, there's different police divisions, that. But like, I guess maybe from what I was gathering, there's certain like an agency that might be able to do crime scenes in landfills better than maybe like a regular police department. So I think what they did is they shuffle them out. Like the experts kind of, I think, told them where to search, but they kind of took a break and they like let these other people kind of search. And that's what they meant by taking a break. But I don't know. She can yell. I can't. I'm like, oh my gosh. And if anyone says anything like, Tanya, you're like saying like she could be helping this and she could be doing that, but you could be doing that. If someone wants to send me down there, I will go down tomorrow. Like I just can't afford a plane ticket down there right now, or I would. You know, especially like I wouldn't go down, and I wouldn't go down there to be yelling in the front yard. Wouldn't even go near the front yard. If I did go down there, like if I ever did like you know, volunteer or do anything like that, it would be more for the to document things, like more of a journalism side, and more of like I don't know, just I'll beat them dogs. Just like trying to figure out like facts. I don't know, and helping to search, helping to just in any positive way that I can. I'm gonna yell at them. Hold on, guys. My dog is getting on my nerves today. I think I'm going to put up paneling. I wonder if I could do that. If I could, if it would muffle them enough to where it would just like not bother me. She's an instigator. She does it for views. See, and that's what gets me too. When people do that kind of stuff, like for views, like I know that they do as like clickbait, but it gets under my skin so bad because it's the same people that are like, I don't clickbait. I don't clickbait. I hate people that clickbait, but then it's like clickbaiting. What was it? I saw something the other day that was someone like they got their butt chewed out too. It was a YouTuber. I can't even remember who it was. But it was like I was watching it and they were the title was like Leilani. This wasn't right, but this isn't the exact title and this isn't even close, I don't think. But I'm just gonna give you like an example. But it was like Leilani and her mom getting fist fight with a question mark or something. You know what I mean? But and it was like, what? So everybody's clicking it to see if that's true. So it's not. And we all watched this whole video, and everyone at the video was like, at the end, like you could tell, the comment section was like on fire. Like, why did you do that? And the girl, her excuse was, well, I put a question mark at the end of it. So it was questioning, did they get in a fight or not? Like, no, that's clickbait. Like, and you know, I just hate to like waste time. So I will try to make sure that you guys don't get clickbaited out of my videos. Who is JLR? I don't know JLR. I don't think I know. Sounds like the National Enquirer. My grandma used to read that. She loved the National Enquirer. She really did. There was someone that was going off today on like all of those people like that are there doing that because Olivia Chronicles of Olivia, she's there, and I was kind of surprised that she was there and she was with kind of not with, but she is now with Bullhorn Betty. Like they kind of like teamed up, and I think that's kind of weird. Because to me, Olivia always seemed just like kind of really soft spoken and kind of sweet, and Bullhorn Betty's like the opposite of that. She reminds me of Dog the Bounty Hunter's wife. His wife that was that passed away. I loved her, by the way, but that's who she reminds me of. Like she reminds me of her. Jonathan Lee. See, I don't know who that is, Karen. I'm gonna have to check that out, and I'm gonna be upset because and that's what I was gonna let you guys know. If you ever see me in the comment section in the chat, and you're like, "Oh, Tanya done lost her mind. She's going off by some," I just hate when people like say stuff and it's not fact, but they like want everybody else to believe it, and like, but it's like prove it to me, and then they get mad when you ask them to like prove it to you, and then your questions never get answered. So I don't know. But and some of you guys came on later too. So I did do my first live panel last night. I actually went on another person's page and did it, so it's not on mine. But it's under Behind the Crimes with Michelle Sutton. She is a lady from the South, and she's super nice. I don't know if you guys follow her or not, but she does just true crime, and she just started her channel as well. And she was doing open panel, so I was like, well, why not? So I decided to go on and face my fear of doing an open panel on another creator's channel, because she has a little bit larger audience than I do. So it was fun. I really enjoyed it. And she made it like really nice and easy, because you know, I really didn't know what I was doing. He is with Betty, Olivia, and Dawn. Yeah. Okay. That's the person that they've been talking about then. I never heard of him. I'll have to look him up. So we can go ahead. We can watch this other interview with. Let me see. We'll watch the one with Leilani and her mother. Her mother. And I can't blame her. I can't blame her mom. Really for taking up for her kid. I mean, my mom would go to the ends of the earth probably. We'll watch this.
Toddler who is now been
Actually, I'm going to fast forward it till they actually start talking about and doing the interview. Or wait, is this the one? No. Sorry, guys. I'm going to tell you from the beginning.
search for a Georgia toddler who has now been missing for 5 days. Savannah authorities are trying to find 1-year-old Quinton Simon using everything from helicopters to horseback, searching near his grandmother's home because that's where he was last seen. It's also where police were called days before Quinton's mysterious disappearance. NewsNation senior national correspondent Brian Inton is live. Brian, I know police just held a press conference a few hours ago. What did we learn?
Well, Nicole, they are now calling this a criminal investigation. It just does not add up. How does a toddler go missing from a playpen? There are now 40 FBI agents in the Savannah area looking for this little boy. New today, you can hear the sound of a pump coming from the yard where 20-month-old Quinton Simon was last seen near Savannah, Georgia. It appears police are now draining a swimming pool as the search for the missing toddler intensifies.
Now we are continuing to use every investigative resource available for us to locate little Quinton. We have conducted multiple interviews, executed multiple search warrants, and we've canvassed numerous specific geographic areas.
Police say little Quinton's mother told them she last saw him in his playpen around 6 a.m. Wednesday. The FBI is involved, and authorities have spent the last 5 days extensively searching the area near the family's home.
I need everybody to help. Everybody that knows anything, anybody.
Watch her jaw.
He's just a baby.
Quinton's grandparents say the boy's mother's story does not make sense.
She's lied to us so many times, and I don't know, it's just bad to say, but she just likes to lie.
Police have been to the family's house before. According to police reports, family members say Quinton's mom has a history of stealing and using the money to buy drugs. Quinton's babysitter told NewsNation station WSAV she heard from Quinton's mom early Wednesday morning when she said she didn't have to watch Quinton that day.
I get a text at 9 o'clock saying, have I seen Quinton? I immediately go to their house. I try to help them look. They didn't want that. My heart is broken. I'm not his mother, I'm not his family, but I love him very much. And I just don't know what could happen. The police did a really good job of looking. And where does a 1-year-old go? They've covered a lot of ground.
Okay, so again, police now saying that this is a criminal investigation. The police chief this afternoon said they are making progress, but he would not give details, saying he did not want to compromise the investigation.
Yeah. So did you see that interview with her, the mom? Like, I was it's like if there's anything that's funny, this is the only time that I can actually laugh during this case, probably. But the mother is definitely on some hardcore drugs, like some speed. Like when I watched that, I think it was last night, I had to pause it and I was like, told my boyfriend, I was like, get over here. And he was like, what? And I told him, I said, you just need to watch this and tell me your reaction to this. And he said the same thing. And then I totally forgot about it today. I forgot about the interview and everything. And I was watching actually Zab Girl's live before coming on to do this live. And she had mentioned it in her live. They were talking about it. And it reminded me of last night. I was like, oh my gosh, I forgot about that. But the mother is, I think, meth. Personally, that's some stuff that I mean, her jaw is moving. I forget who said it last night on there. panel, but they were like, they literally had to hold their own jaw from making, they thought it was going to break from watching hers move so much. Like, she's on something and it's presently in her system. It's not something that she's coming off of. So I don't know. Isabel said, I don't know how people who can, I don't know, can I say that? Ill can go in front of TV cameras and act all innocent like Chris Watts. Yeah, waste everyone's time and resources. Yeah. I don't know how people can just lie like that. I mean, I guess because they don't want to go to prison and they're just trying to stay out as long as they can. So they'll say anything and do anything and they're desperate. But it's just like, I'd be afraid I'd get in even more trouble. Like, that's just, I mean, that's just me. At that point, they don't care, you know, they've done the worst of the worst. Yeah, I did. I have that video too. I was going to play that one next. Like, when your mama turns away from you like that, girl, you know you did wrong. You know she doesn't believe. And that was going to be one of my questions for you guys. Do you guys believe, let's see, put a 1 in the chat if you believe that as of right now, like maybe not in the beginning, but as of right now, Leilani's mom knows what happened to baby Quinton. Put a 1 in the chat if you think that she knows what happened to that baby. Put a 2 in the chat if you think, no, she doesn't really know what's going on. She's just trying to help her daughter. So a 1 if you think, you know, the mom knows. A 2 if you think that she doesn't know. Isabel says 1. Karen says 1. I'm going to say 1 too. I'm putting my 1 in the chat. Because I feel like they have a really close relationship like that. And maybe she didn't know in the beginning. Maybe she didn't even know for like the first couple of days or something. But I think as of right now, Leilani definitely told her mom what she did and what happened. And now they're trying to go into cover up mode. Like, her mom just keeps spitting out, you know, people's names like a random generator, you know, maybe this is where he was at, or maybe this is where he's at. And then in the one interview, and I think that's the one we're going to watch, she says something along the lines of, you know, maybe somebody has him and they're treating, and he's a special boy and they're treating him like a special boy, or I can't remember the exact wording, but I just could not believe when I heard that. Just could not. Isabel thinks everyone in the house knows. I believe that everybody in the house knows them. Yeah. Let's watch this other one too. Oh, I got it up here. Let's see. I think this one is a little longer. But this is the one with.
Good evening, and thanks so much for joining us. I'm Dawn Baker. In a WTOC exclusive, Leilani Simon, the mother of missing Chatham County toddler Quinton Simon, is speaking out tonight for the very first time since he was reported missing nearly 3 weeks ago. Chatham County Police and the FBI believe Quinton is dead and are actively searching a local landfill for his remains. Police say Leilani is the only suspect in his disappearance as well as his death. And tonight we have team coverage with our Shay Schrader and investigative reporter Max Dieknight. We begin with Shay, who joins us live outside of the Simon home. Shay, what did she talk to you about?
Leilani and I spoke about a number of things, including what she remembers from the morning she first reported Quinton missing to what life has been like as the days have gone on, still with no sign of Quinton. I talked to Leilani as well as her mother, Billy Howell, who were both just distraught over Quinton's disappearance. They say they've been harassed in the days and weeks since Quinton disappeared, but Leilani wants everybody to know that she's not running away.
I'm here. I've been here every day since this. I am not running and I'm not hiding. And if something does come up that I am at fault, I will take myself to that police station.
Chatham County Police have repeatedly said that though they've named Leilani the prime suspect in her son's disappearance and death, they don't believe she's a flight risk. Leilani says that she and her mother, Billy Howell, spend their days in the backyard of their home because it's too difficult to be inside with reminders of Quinton and the fact that he's gone.
Every day that goes by, it's less tears and more anger, not knowing what's happening, if that's even understandable. You wake up every day angry, hoping that you're going to get a phone call, and that phone call just doesn't come.
CCPD and the FBI haven't released many details in the case and haven't said why they believe Quinton is in a landfill. Police say they're doing that to preserve any potential court cases down the line. Leilani and Billy tell me that they get their new information about the case from watching the news and that they feel all they can do now is hope.
We want something great to come out of this, but mostly we want him not to be found in that landfill. We want him found happy and alive. We want him back in our arms, holding us. That's what we want. We just hope that he's in somebody's house and they're feeding him, and we're hoping that, maybe they want a baby or couldn't have a baby. Maybe they thought they were his savior. But it's not. That's their best hopes at this point.
Chatham County Police say they have no reason to believe that Quinton was abducted or kidnapped, and they have evidence that suggests he was placed in a dumpster and that his remains are in the landfill that they're currently searching. Leilani Simon hasn't been charged with anything at this time, but police say she is the only suspect in her son's disappearance. We'll keep you updated as we learn more. Live in Chatham County, Shay Schrader, WTOC News.
Keep forgetting that plays in the background. I exit out. Yeah, so she said maybe he's in someone's house and that he is their savior. She is like grasping at straws. That girl, in the beginning, remember in the beginning of this case, I thought she was going to try that postpartum defense. She probably should have stuck with crazy. Like, if she's, you know what I mean? Because there's nothing that she can say or do now that's going to make her not look guilty as all get out. If she would have at least maybe played her cards right, maybe she could have at least went and did the insanity defense. I don't agree with it, and I know that it's fake and false, but at least she could have maybe had a fair shot at, like, she could have thought she had a fair shot. I think she went to the same acting school as Amber Heard. Yeah, and they need their money back because it's terrible acting. There was not one tear. The mom, she couldn't even look at her daughter. Like, and that's why I think the mom knows, because the daughter's trying to give up excuses and stuff, and the mom can't even look at her own kid. It's insane. GBI is supposed to have video of Leilani out there. See, I keep hearing like I've been hearing rumors and stuff about that, so I wonder if we're going to be able to see that. Like, because I always thought, because she lives in a house, I always thought she would have just taken the baby to like the home trash when they say trash. That's what I always got out of it. But if she actually took him to someone with a dumpster, they probably do have cameras around there. Especially if it's like a dumpster, there usually is a building around. Let's see. What else? What else did I write down? Oh, I'm gonna do a video. I wrote something earlier. I'm gonna do a video on how many excuses that Billy Joe gives for the reason why Quinton isn't here. Like, who did it, what happened to him, and what the excuses are. Because I feel like there's a lot, and I like to do charts and stuff. So I thought maybe I could make like a chart and do that. And then also, has anybody, what time is it? We'll go ahead and kind of move on a little bit for now, but not for long. Do some Kylie news, which I don't have any news. Does anybody have any news? Has anybody heard anything about Miss Kylie? Do you think that November 1st they'll come out with a presser saying like anything? Even though they already gave us, the toxicology and the autopsy reports. Because that's the last bit of information that we've gotten about the case that I'm aware of, anyway. Oh, she used to work. Okay. Yeah, I haven't heard anything. really, I've just heard some bullcrap stuff. I wanted to show you guys something though. I remember so before Kylie, or before the toxicology and the autopsy report came out. Do you guys remember? What was I going to say? Oh, do you guys remember if we had any more information come in since Check It TV had found the laptop? I feel like that was like the last time we got any information. Let me see. I think I can share that. It might not be the best. I'm going to try to share this. But I think that was the last time that we ended up getting one. Oh, the police in press conference today. Okay. Oh, day before they, I'm sorry. Okay, the police in press conference day before they started landfill search said they knew what dumpster he was in, so they have an idea where that. Sorry, empty that load. Oh yeah, okay, so yeah, where they would empty it. Okay, yeah, I think I heard that too. Because there is a method to that madness, Certain trucks go certain places, and that way they can, I'm sure, like pile it all down at a certain point, and we learned about that stuff when we were younger. What can be in a landfill, what can't be. So I'm going to show you this picture. I hope I can show it to you. Let me see. So, okay, it's not going to be the best. But the picture that I'm trying to show you guys is this one here. It's the one with her with the bodysuit on and the green Dickies. Her in she's in like the gas station, I think, or the truck stop the evening that she passed away and went missing. Okay, so rumor mill is like a couple creators are trying to say that picture right there is photoshopped, and that is not a picture of Kylie, but that's a picture of Sammy, right? So that's Sammy's body. So look at that body of the girl, Sammy's body with Kylie's face. I don't see it at all. Do you see it? This girl is my size when I was like a little bit smaller. So we're about the same height and the same size. I'm 115, 125, and I think she was 5'7", 103 during the report, but on her first missing persons it said 117, so that's what I was basing it off of. But she definitely looks like she's a small girl, like to me. Sammy is a small girl also, but Sammy is more of that softball kind of a build body, and Kylie is more of that tall and slender, can't gain a pound to save her freaking soul. I know Kylie was. I know that's I know because I was like that. And we all were kind of like that at a certain age. So a lot of us, we were coming into our bodies at 16 and stuff. So not like the girls nowadays anyway. I know I was coming into my body at 16. But it is. Thank you, Karen, for having some common sense. I'm giving you a big old hug from Ohio because there's people that are actually saying this, and they are saying that they've debunked this. So I go on there because I like to know how things are debunked. I'd love to know how people do things, and I'm a curious person by nature. I'm really not one of those people that are just trying to start stuff. I really want to know, like, how they do these things and how they find their information, because maybe it will help me in like my YouTube and and help me with the case and stuff. But in order for that photo to be photoshopped, okay, thanks, Karen. They would have had to have most companies. If this is, and especially if that's a trucking company, like a trucking gas station, they normally outsource their video footage to another like a data center. My boyfriend works for like a data center, so he deals with a lot of like car washes and stuff like that. So I know a little bit about like how that goes, and it seems to be a bigger establishment. So I'm pretty sure that, let's say that this photoshopped. Whoever wanted this picture photoshopped would have had to have known that Kylie was in the gas station or that truck stop at that time. She would have had to have known somebody from the truck stop to then know back office details, right? That like the owner would know, to know that that's at what data center it's at, because there's a million data centers in California alone. Then get the information for that data center, get whoever the contact that they would need to Photoshop the photo, to get possession of it, to Photoshop it. And I'm like, makes no sense. So when I try to, point that out in chat, somebody said like, what were they trying to say? They just kept saying like things like it's frustrating that they weren't giving me anything, And then she tried to say, there was a lady in chat that tried to say, kids do this all the time with their pictures, kind of like a joke. And I'm like, no, that's called Snapchat. And those are Snapchat filters. You're talking about a girl's body, a picture of a girl, her face is taken off another girl and put on another girl's body because of something that had to do with something. That's why she passed. Like, and I'm just here to tell y'all, if it sounds too good to be true in the title, it probably is, because I wasted a lot of time watching that, because I was just like, it said that it said debunked Kylie Rodney picture in Truckee gas station or whatever, like the gas. I don't know if it was the last part of it, but you know what I mean? It was debunked was the first part of it. And it was just not debunked. And I don't like that, guys. Debunk stuff with me. That's what I love about YouTube too, because like YouTube is full of internet sleuths. And like you can be like an internet sleuth. Like you can be anybody and sleuth on the internet, and Google and stuff. But you have to fact check it behind your Google search. That's the problem I think that's going on is you ever notice like on Facebook, for instance. Okay. You're on Facebook and say like it's around and a big like an election time or just like something that's like big, a lot of people are on Facebook and a lot of people are voicing their opinions and stuff. And you will see all of these copy and pasted statuses coming out of the woodwork. But if you literally read through half of it, you start to see where it doesn't make any damn sense. And these people just copy and paste anything just to copy and paste it. And it's literally because they saw someone else do it, or they like thought that they were going to get more clicks, more views for it. And then they do. And that's what upsets me. It's not that they do it. It's that people, because they fall for it, because I would fall for it too, because look at the title, it's clickbait. So like you fall for the title and then you watch the whole, thing. And you're just like, really? I just watched all of that. And now you have all that misinformation in your head. It's stored in there. Okay. Coming from a girl that cannot store anymore in her head. I can't have misinformation in there with the real information, or I'm going to start getting like diluted, It's like crap. Hey, Dory, she's back. Oh, what are the odds of, I'm sorry, what are the odds of what? Oh, of all that, like with Kylie's picture. Yeah, it's slim to zero. It's negative. It's in the negatives. I found it kind of funny when I saw it. I think I had another paper on just some stuff. Oh, one more thing before we actually moved on from the Quinton Simon case. And it's in my video. So when I post my video, you can watch it and it'll be in there also. But if you guys can think, because most of you, actually everybody in the chat, you're all my peeps, it looks like, which I mean, even if you're not on here, even if you've never been on a live, come on in, say hello, and join us. But, oh, really? Oh, I like that. I should like start doing misinformation post. Really, I should. That'd be fun. So, about the Quinton Simon case before I forget. Okay, so maybe like we can get, because like I said, there's not a lot of people that are actually doing anything to help Quinton. So I thought Quinton, his siblings, they're going to be rebuilding their whole future now from that day that he passed. they're out of the house, thank God. But these kids, before they were out of the house, they didn't have the proper clothing, nutrition, values, anything, right? They were without. So I thought, what if we came together and maybe either did like a donation where I can I can go out and I can like buy some things for the kids, like we can get their sizes or whatever they would need, maybe like school things or just like toys and some clothes. I don't know, Christmas is coming. Or I thought maybe I could do it to where if my like I'll do super chats, like anybody that does like a donation through the super chat within like a certain month, like like day, we could do like all collectively, all of that money. I can go over to Target or something, grab everything that we need, and then I'll take like a picture of the receipt and everything too. That way you all know where all the money went, and then I can ship it out from my house because I have like where I can ship out from my home because I have a business. So I thought we could do something like that because we can't right now like help Quinton until we find Quinton. Like, people are protesting. We don't need that, other than getting laws changed and petitions starting to be signed and things like that. I think that this is like the best, something that we can do. Like the best next thing that we can do is like a YouTube community. So maybe I can even do like a short video on that. I'm going to write that down. Like a video short, and then you guys can share it. If you guys have like Facebook groups or anything like that, and they don't have to subscribe to my channel or anything, that maybe they'll want to like help, give, because I know the other kids, they're going to need a lot. They're going to need like a lot. And whoever is adopting them or taking care of them right now, those people right there, they're heroes for one, and for two, they're going to need a lot of help. I mean, they're taking on 2 children that are going to be known for this huge public case with their brother, of all things, of all people, and their mother, and their grandmother, and the whole freaking family. You know what I mean? It's not like they can escape this. I'm hoping maybe they usually will change their names and stuff like that after a big case. I'm hoping that happens in this case, but. Oh yeah, no, I was going to go over, Dory, I was going to go over it a little bit. I may have to actually wait and go over it a little bit tonight, but we can always watch. I actually have a lot on the Debbie case. It's actually all of this. I was just chit-chatting for so dang long, and I didn't realize how late it was getting. Just because I do have to eat a little bit. But I can always come back on and do Debbie's case this evening. We could do that. Because I really want to give her some attention. She needs it. She deserves it. What else was I going to say about that? Or I thought we could even like set into place, like if maybe we get the kids stuff, and then if we have like a little bit of extra funds, maybe we could help the searchers, that are down there searching for baby Quinton. We can send. I don't really know what a care kit kind of like looks like in this situation. Maybe tarps, bags, gloves, masks. I'm not really sure what they would need. Water, things like non-perishable things like that, like water and stuff. Maybe we could do something like that. Bedtime crime stories. Oh, I'm gonna write that down. I have like all these little notes. I love finding new people to watch. I really do. I love it. Because it is a good community to be a part of. It's different than being a part of like Facebook or Instagram or TikTok or things like that. What, to give to the people fostering them? I don't know. There's a lot right. Sorry. Yeah, I had Diana write down too. I know I did. It's probably in my video whenever you like watch it, it'll say, because that poor woman, she did like another like video, and I don't know how like recent it was, but I saw it today, and she was just like letting everyone know that they hadn't forgot about Quinton, but she just has these other kids that she has to take care of, and that like she said so much more than Leilani or her mother said. I mean, I just feel so bad for her. Oh, I can send the stuff out from mine. Is that what you mean, my address? Oh, to see where you can send things. Yes. Okay. So give me till tonight. I'm going to figure that out. I'll either do it to where I can set up like a PO box, because if you guys want to send like toys or something like that yourself, that's like that would even work. Because my boyfriend, he, like I said, he works for a huge company. Like they sell computers and outsource like huge items, so I can get these huge boxes. Or I can even maybe meet somebody halfway and they can take it down the rest of the way. We'll get there. We'll figure it out though for sure. And I'm going to write that down because I need to figure out like maybe like a PO box. Or I might have you guys just like ship it to my store like address. But that way, and I'll make sure I get you guys if you guys need like a receipt or anything. I know people probably don't do that on YouTube, but I'm like all about like receipts and stuff because I have a business. So, Dory, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. We get to do that. Yeah, because then you guys can send it. And I'll figure out tonight like about the PO box because we could probably send it to a PO box, or I can ship it to my store. And then because at my store it would be like in a door where it's nobody can like get in. They set it in a locked door. They have a key for. So that's a good idea. Some companies in the area might donate. We should do that. I wish that Phasmatic Ether was on tonight. She's the girl that made me this Justice for Kylie bracelet that I wear. She might even be able to do something like that where she could like make some bracelets. I could try to sell them on my YouTube. She could try to sell them. We could, email address. Yeah, so my email address is titaniumbuiltboo@gmail.com. Yeah. I thought you meant my address. I'm like, oh, come on over, guys. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to do the Debbie case later just because I'm not sure when my boyfriend will be home. Let me text him. Oh, he actually wrote me. I didn't see that. He asked me, I don't know if you got my live yesterday, but I love soft pretzels. They're like my thing. And ever since I was a little kid, it's a fun snack. I don't know. I just love them. And so where we live, the pretzel place that I used to go to, they closed down. And everywhere else, they have butter pretzels. So they put like butter on them and then the salt. Well, I don't do butter on my pretzel. I just don't think that's like right. I'm like, no, you put water and salt. So he asked me if I wanted a pretzel because he's been going to Sam's Club literally almost every single day for like 2 months to get me a pretzel and then yogurt, like a frozen yogurt. He's the best. When I'm in the neighborhood, I will. Karen, are you from Texas? Or is that just your name on here? I can't remember. And I'll put my email address in there too, in the chat. Titanium Built was already taken on Gmail, so I just did Titanium Built Boo. Maybe I'll have to make up another one for you guys. If it was in the summertime, we could have a big old pool party over here. Okay, Karen, that makes sense. Oh, I just noticed Miss Kelly isn't in the chat today. We didn't forget about her. Maybe she'll watch it on replay. Oh, you were born and raised in Texas? I had a friend. She is in her 50s, and she is from Texas. And she has more energy than me in my 30s. And she is bigger than life. Her whole house was done in Texas. It's like she brought a little bit of Texas to Ohio. I mean, the big cow, like horns and the skulls and the cow hides or the hides, different hides and stuff, and the cowboy boots on the walls. And she did it all like that. She did it all in Texas stuff. I do like Texas. I've only been there a couple times, not for very long, just kind of, was going through, but I would love to go when I was younger, my dad wanted to move us there because he went out there for work one time. Literally, he come home and we're from Philadelphia. Okay, so my dad was an Eagles fan. So to even mention Texas, Dallas, like I was surprised he would even go to the state, knowing the Dallas Cowboys were there. And then he wanted to move to Texas after he came home, and I was like, "What is wrong with Dad?" Because we're from Philadelphia. Oh, Dory, you're close. So you're in Michigan. I'm Ohio. Oh, we have a little bit of time, I guess. So we can start talking about Debbie's case too. Or maybe I will come back when I do her case later. Yeah, I think I will do Debbie's case later. So I have a lot to go over. I did a timeline of like everything that happened like up until they found her. And then I did a timeline on what else did I do timeline? I think it was just like the timeline of like afterwards. Like so after they like before they found her and then after they found her. I did another timeline. So there's a lot to go over. And I don't mind hanging out with y'all. Plus I know that sometimes YouTube gets a little busier during like the evening hours. Oh, Karen, I will tell him hello. I will. I'm going to say that Dory's weather is probably cold like mine. Well, cold or chillier. I know Ohio, it is right now 53 degrees. And it was, I had to wear like my winter coat out to take the dogs out. Like, it's not really that cold, but it was pretty chilly. But I didn't wear my winter coat. Yeah, and so whenever I post my next video about Kylie too, that'll probably be one of my last videos on her case until unless we find any more information out. But oh, you guys have ice up there already, Dory? Oh, see, it's not too bad here in Ohio. I feel like really, I mean, I'm not big into like knowing about global warming or anything like that, but it's definitely a thing. The weather here is definitely warmer than it ever was before. Like growing up, even the winters aren't as terrible. I know like up north they are, so you guys probably are like hating me right now, especially Michigan. You're probably like, no, they are still bad. But like we don't really get a whole lot of snow or anything here. It's a pretty good state, I guess, if you want to enjoy all 4 seasons and not have the weather too cold. But I would not want ice on the windows. No way, Jose. Let's see. Did I write anything else down? I wrote all kinds of stuff down. Did I write anything else down about Kylie? No. No, because there's really just not like a whole lot to talk about. Like, with Kylie's case, like that's what I was just kind of like wanting to kind of stop with for the day, or for now, just because I feel like we were just like on a really fast pace with Kylie's case, and then it just went to like a really big halt, and now we're just getting, stuff that's just not true. Oh, Karen, you've been to Ohio? We're at in Ohio. Ohio's a pretty state. It really is. I can't say anything bad about it. When we went to California, if you're from like the East Coast or some, East Coast usually, everyone that I know anyway, we all dreamed about like going to LA or going to California and like being in California and just like how beautiful it would be and like how Ohio sucks compared to California. Like before we even went to California, we would say that. But now that I've went out there a few different times, it's beautiful in California. It is. Don't get me wrong. My picture that is on here that if you don't see me on like the cam, that's my picture. It's from California. The lighting is magnificent in California, but everything is so dry. There's no greenery there. And I'm really big into like greenery and plants and stuff like that. So I don't know. I just like the weather right here. You get the pretty Auburns and the yellows and the oranges in the fall, and you get the greenery in the summer, and it's just pretty. In Scotland, we get 4 seasons in a day. So that's what they say about Ohio. It is true. It is. You'll go through all 4 within an hour. Like we always keep extra stuff in the car. I'm sure a lot of people do this. Like in like the Midwest, especially like in the US anyway, like the Midwest and the East Coast, you'll have like, your rain jacket, you'll have like a winter jacket, some gloves, maybe a hat, a baseball hat in case it's warm, some shorts in there. You'll have it all. Oh, yes, it is 46 right now, she said, in Michigan. And in Texas, you guys have actually been seeing winter. It's been weird, kind of, over there at the winter months. It seems like it's been getting colder. But I know, like, when we were in LA, it does get chillier over there at night, too, even though it says it's 80 degrees. If you're over, like, Orange County, if you're over by the ocean or something, it's a lot cooler. I did notice, though, in Texas, and tell me if I'm wrong, but does everybody in Texas have a swimming pool? Because when we fly over Texas, every time we fly over Texas, compared to any other state, I always see a bunch of swimming pools. And it's like, wait a minute, does everybody have a pool in Texas? That's because of the weather. But it's even worse. Like it's worse than even like in California. We see pools in California we fly over, but not like we do in Texas. It's like everybody's got a pool over there. Yeah, we'll have to make a little short video on like Quinton's case. That way we can get the word out too. And I will. I was looking over at the window to see what it's like. Still daylight out. It's just weird because I have the curtains pulled. I might be able to actually even call the USPS. I couldn't think of it. The USPS, the Postal Service, and see about a PO box just for like at least the next month or so, and then we can send the packages there, and I can pick them up once a day or something, because the postal service here is literally like 2 miles down the road from my house, so it's not very far at all. You hear the poor relations. Yeah, so we could do the PO box, and then I'll figure out what's today's date? 26th. You could even do. I'll figure out the dates too, like to send everything by, and then we'll send it down there, and I will get a hold of some other maybe I can get a hold of some other creators like the next couple of days. I'll just go through some of the ones that I know, some of the creators that I know, get their emails, send them an email, see if they'll maybe shout it out on their video, or I can send them maybe a small video they could play on their video or on their pages, just to help get the word out. Because I think helping the two remaining siblings, getting to good homes and getting a good head start in life, just showing that people genuinely, we do care about them, because they're still here. Like, unfortunately, and this is a huge unfortunately, Simon, I keep on calling him Quinton Simon is not here anymore. So we can't do anything other than fight for his justice, fight for him to have justice when that time comes. But I think right now it's going to say a whole lot if a community gets together and we all take care of the kids that are infected, the ones that are affected the most, and stuff like that. So we do that here too, Karen. She said we give, yeah. Yeah, I think that the kids, helping them here, I couldn't imagine going through that. But the only silver lining in this whole thing, I feel like, is that they have each other. Those two kids, they have each other. And I pray to God they don't separate them. I pray to God that they don't separate those kids. And if they do, then we start petitions and stuff after that, because that's just wrong. But I feel like helping them, it's gonna, we gotta kind of redeem ourselves in the YouTube community. Some of the stuff that's been going around has been a little crazy lately. Let me see. I think I went over everything though. Other than I want to go over this timeline, the Debbie Collier case, but I want to come back on live and do that, so I have enough time and I'm not rushing through it, because Vincent will be home soon. See, the ages, I'm not sure. They were trying to figure that out on, I believe, Zav Girl today. I think Zane Is it Zane and Sky are the names? I think Zane is older. Is Zane like 5? Does anyone know that one? I'm not sure about Sky, but I thought Zane was like older a little bit. So, Dory, you said 3. So, which one is 3? So, Zane is 3. Oh, that's a tender age. And we have some. I just thought about this. Check out if you guys have like a local mall or something, if you want to, it's only if you guys want to. And when you're at the mall, check out your local kids stores. I know that I used to work at Crazy 8. They don't have that any longer, but they used to have a clearance section that was the bomb. Like literally, you could get shirts, sweaters, anything on that thing for $5 and under, $1.50, like $2 for like the cutest little sweaters and stuff. And kids, they grow out of clothes so fast anyway. But we want to make sure they have like some cute stuff. And I think that's going to show that we care, and I think that's going to go long way with these kids because they've been shown so many times that nobody cares, and it's hard to trust, when time and time again adults have just let you down. They really have. So Dory, I think you're right though. I think he might be 3. I wonder if we could look it up. They did name the boy, and now I can't remember his name. I just saw it though. Let's see if I can look it up. I think I spelled it wrong. It shouldn't matter. Like it should, it's just so cool. There you go. So, New York Post. I think the New York Post had it wrong though. I think that they had them as like 3 and 5 or something. I'll share the screen with you guys. I guess that way you guys can see what I'm looking at. Oh, she's got it. Okay, look at you guys. Oh, that was a boy in the suit. Oh, I think that's the boy in the suit. Because I do love me some women on the internet. Women on the internet are like a force to be freaking reckoned with. Do you know that? Because I know that. Like, I remember we all have that friend that should have worked for the FBI. Yeah, I had that friend. But I was that friend too. Let's see. If I can look and find it. Here's where it says 20-month-old is missing. That was Quinton. No, I'm not seeing it. I may have to go back through and watch. Oh, wait, right here. But I think are these right? Hold on. She had been in court for the custody of her children ages 6 months and 3 years. So 6 months for Sky. 3 years for. I hope I'm spelling the names right too. I don't know if I think Sky may have an E on it. So was Zane the other boy, right? Oh, your Karia. Oh, that is a cute little boy's name. So I think that's what it is. So Zane was 3, and then Sky is 6 months. What's that difference though? 14 months. And then you're pregnant for 9. So she was only not pregnant for 5 months between 2 of her kids. Oh yeah, you did spell it right. It is with a Y in there. There was a school near me called Zane. Like I spelled it Trace. I think that's where I got that from. I like that name, so I do like that Zane. That's cute. And Sky. I always used to love that name, Sky, when I was younger. And Quinton is such a cute name, too. I mean, all these babies have the cutest names. They were the cutest kids. And Simon, it's a cute name. It's a cute little name, I think, for a baby as well. That's why I keep calling him that. See, Quinton was 20 months. So that's what I was trying to see. So 20 months, if he was 20 months and Sky is 6 months, that would be 14 months difference. And then if she's pregnant for 9 of those months, that would be 5 months. She was not pregnant. Am I doing that right? Because I'm doing that with a lot of confidence and I'm horrible at math. So, like Zane Grey, yeah. So, yeah, that would put him at 20 months. And then Sky would be at 6 months. I had a friend, they were, I think 6 months or 14 months apart in age. So that's about the same as them, yeah. They're just very, very close in age. That's just extremely close. I wonder, and do not come for me, y'all. Don't come for me. Don't come for me, y'all, because I'm going to say this just because I'm looking at the age numbers and I'm just looking at the numbers now. So if we think about it, what's 3 years? Let me do some math. Well, let's not even worry about saying anything. If you think about just like Sky, if you worry about all three though, Sky, especially Sky and Quinton, their ages being so close, do you think she could have maybe had an onset of some sort of postpartum, like psychosis? But I would think that would take place in the beginning of the baby's life, not 20 months after. But that is really close in age. Right? They do. You're correct. That's like, and they all three have different dads. And I can't, I mean, I shouldn't say anything. I don't know why I said I can't say anything because I can't. I ain't got no good fun everybody. But, you know, 3 different dads, 3 different kids. That means you're dealing with 3 different guys and 3 different drama and 3 like drama cases. And I couldn't do it. That I would never take it out on my child. I've never gotten myself in that position. I would hope I would never. I can't say that. She can't say that, you know. Things happen, but that's just insane. I mean, not like you. Okay. People don't murder their children for no reason at all, other than they are just plain right a criminal and they are insane. And I'd like to say a lot of other words about them, but I can't because it's YouTube. But I will say that about them. And I feel like there's a lot of people out there that are hurting right now, a lot of women, because they cannot have children and they're seeing her dispose of her children in this way. But you cannot go to someone's house and just start protesting and say on camera, well, I couldn't have a baby, so this is why it makes it right for me to come out here and protest. Because then anybody that's over the age of 35 can go out there and say the same thing. Because, you know, after when you're in your late 30s, I'm 37, I don't have any kids yet. I can make that excuse too. That, you know, I can't have kids or, you know, but I just feel like that people are throwing around the reason why they're out there protesting and they're just doing it for all the wrong reasons. They're doing it. I feel like it's because this is the next big case since Kylie. Okay, so it went Kylie, Debbie, you know, and then Quinton. And I feel like everybody is jumping on the Quinton Simon train and they're like going down to, you know, to Georgia and all this stuff because they want to get, you know, the subscribers, the views, the clout, and all of that. All of that in the early stages, I guess. But I've only done one other true crime case, right? And I'm almost to the point where I'm just like, man, that's just too much true crime. Like, if you actually love true crime and you are a YouTube creator and you look up all your information and you fact check and you double fact check and all of that stuff and you put on quality videos, you try your hardest and things like that. I feel like, I don't know, it's really easy to be able to succeed, but, you know, on YouTube. But I feel like that's, you know, you have to do, like, I don't know, you have to put in a little bit of the work. Just got to put a little of the work. But that's what I try to do for you guys. I try to, you know, be consistent, come and hang out with y'all when I can. And that was, I was going to ask you guys that too. I'm like all over the place today because I got so many questions for y'all. Is what's a good overall time? I'm going to put it in the chat, and let's see. I don't think I can do a poll. I don't know how to do a poll. So we'll do, let's see. I'll figure it out. Put a one in the chat. I'm going to type really quick. Sorry. So put a one in the chat if morning lives are best, like anywhere from like 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. And this is going to be Eastern Standard Time. Or a 2 in the chat if afternoons work. You know, like 12 p.m. to 3 p.m. Maybe go over 2. And then put a 3 in the chat if you like evenings. Like evening lives is what I'm saying. Like lives. And that would be like, 6 to 9, 6 to 10. Or if like any time works for you guys, let me know. I'm here to help you guys. I'm here to please. I don't think I've ever been on a YouTube channel and heard a creator come on and ask that, like, what time works best for you guys? Because you can look up statistics all day long. Literally, it tells me a lot of the time to post between like 12 and 2. But I find that some days if I post it, at 12, it works. Some days if I post it, in the evening, it works. I think it's based on people's behaviors. Most people, I guess, they do work. They tend to work, Monday through Friday, 8 or 9 to 5. So it would be like, sometimes usually people are on their phones at 6 a.m., 7 a.m., in bed, or when they get off of work. But the weekends, it's either hit or miss. But I feel like YouTube, lots of people are on YouTube on the weekend. So I'm always going to try to do a live on an either Saturday or a Sunday for you guys. Usually doing some crazy sleep pattern. Oh yeah, me too, Dory. I have like the worst sleep patterns ever. And I've been staying up later lately, which is weird because I'm normally in bed by like 8 or 9, which is so early. But I wake up really early. I wake up anywhere from 2 to 5 a.m. But I've noticed the last 2 mornings I've really slept until like 6 a.m., 7 a.m. That's been really nice. Okay, so after 9:30. You're speaking my language, Karen, because I can't do before 9. That'd be so early. I did do one early live, and it was fun, but it was like so early. But I don't mind doing like an early live on like Sundays and stuff. I thought Sundays are cute. As long as like people don't have church and stuff like that. I know I got me some Southern people here. Oh, I didn't see that, Isabel. I'm waiting for the trial for the woman who locked boyfriend in suitcase to start next month. He shouted for help as he couldn't breathe, and she ignored him. I heard about that, but I thought that was like already done. I'm sorry. I thought that was like already a case that was solved. I'll have to look into that one. Yeah. Jory doesn't like early mornings. Me either. I used to not care. Now I'm just like, Yeah, my brain is tired. You're right. And I'm forgetting my words. But I am going to jump off here. I'm going to eat my pretzel I've been dying to have. And then I'm just going to be kind of like lounging around the house tonight. So I'll probably come back on tonight and do the Debbie case. And if not, I will come on tomorrow and do a live and do it. But I'm thinking about just maybe doing my live tonight and then taking tomorrow off. Like, free as a bird. Because I do have some pre-recorded videos for you guys. I haven't done a whole lot of pre-recordeds in a while. So I've done 4 now, and I'll be posting them throughout the week. Oh, okay. Let's see above. Okay. Oh yeah, okay. I saw that you were talking about that. Help me to remember cardio every year. Oh, okay. Oh, I didn't see that it was your birthday. Oh, I saw that it was your oldest grandson's 13th birthday, but I read over that and my brain did not absorb it. I am so sorry, Dory. Tell your grandson happy 13th birthday from Tanya, Titanium Bill. And tell him to be good to his grandmother. Grandmothers are the best. And if you play your cards right, she'll probably get you something nice for your birthday. Because grandmas always have the best gifts too. All right, well, if you guys haven't yet, hit that like button, please. Subscribe, hit the bell icon to be alerted to all new content. I will be on tonight, probably maybe 7, 8. I might come on like maybe 8 and do a live over the Debbie Collier case, just to kind of depending on who's live tonight. Like I said, I did do the Behind the Crimes with Michelle Sutton live. I did her live panel last night. And I know that she was going to do, I believe, another live this evening. And I wasn't sure if she wanted me to come back and maybe do another live panel with her. So I may do that again. But if I don't see you guys tonight, I will see you guys tomorrow or the next day. And I appreciate all of you so much. And I will remember to figure out the P.O. box for Zane and Sky for their staff. So you guys are just a blessing. And you guys have a wonderful evening. And I'll see you guys soon. Bye, everyone.